Welcome to Out Loud with Rob and Rachel. This is what happens when two ADHD brains come together and think out loud.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in again to the Out Loud podcast with Rob and Rachel. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I hope everybody's doing good.
Yeah, it was a little bit of an exhausting week.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mentally, physically, yeah.
I asked Rachel the other day I'm involved in a lot of stuff, and so is she. I was asking her if it's exhausting being friends, because I usually burn out friends here and there because I'm
But I'm
pretty
the same
intense.
way, and I think we realize that we match each other's energy level like that, so we don't, but I'm burning myself out.
Yeah.
I'm heading towards the point where I feel like, I need to take a deep breath and sort of
this weekend,
not try to save the world, right? Like, I feel like we have a lot of, things that we're juggling in the air that we're trying to be a lot of things to a lot of people.
Right, exactly.
Right?
Yep.
And you have to pick your
you got to pick it.
poison.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And set better boundaries.
Yes.
Maybe too, right?
Yes. You know what? I feel like I've dropped the ball a little bit on the boundaries lately. Oh, my goodness.
Right,
yeah. So I'm going to
That's usually the case when you have the burnout. Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. One of the
you guys feel that, I'm sure, right? Like everybody can relate to that. Like just sort of pulling yourself, your rubber band a little too, stretched, and then you just sort of snap. It's time to
chill a little bit and regroup.
Yeah.
So one of the things that's been popping up since I've been off Facebook for 3 months today.
I'm actually seriously considering it.
Yeah, you should.
I know.
It's the best thing ever.
I know. I really think that I'm going to seriously consider.
I've done this a lot. This is the first time I don't miss it. And I think because I'm on it with our other platforms.
Yes.
Just enough.
Right.
But here's the thing. I'm on part of the members of some of the town pages from our pages, right? So I get to see people posting, and it makes me reflect how some people have been miserable for 10 years. No, it's constant
chatter.
People getting themselves into these discussions that are the same, but when you're in it, you don't realize it.
Because it's an echo chamber.
Right. And then
when you pull yourself back, you're seeing it from a different lens.
You really feel like people are unhappy. They're not enjoying these they're in these conversations because, it's just...
some conversations I don't think are meant to be enjoyable.
Right.
I mean, especially a lot of the controversial topics that people are talking about. If it's town stuff and it's like, like people don't agree with it or it's something they're complaining about, I don't know that they would be happy, right?
Right. No, it's...
But you think some people just enjoy being unhappy?
No? No, I think they're in these conversations often because they're just unhappy. Instead of saying F you or looking at yourself in the mirror that I need to make changes, you kind of, it's just what and I'm saying this because that's what happens to me when I'm in these conversations, that I'm usually not in my happiest place. Yeah. So it's just fun being on the back end.
Reflective.
It feels like you have more control.
I know. I really do think that I might. It's looking so much better.
It is. It really is. No, it's nice. Yeah. And don't, what I did was I was going to take off for 3 months.
Okay.
Right. So, and it's there. And I have no interest in going.
Right. Like you're not going to,
And the other times
you're renewing it.
I've done this a bunch of times. Right.
And what was the longest?
A year.
Okay.
But I've always missed it. This is the first time I don't miss it. So.
Well, I also think, partly because it's a lot of advertisements and, like you said, complaining, and people use it as like this, sounding board of, I guess, complaints.
Yeah. It's just, and,
that's funny.
I always look at people.
People don't look at us like that. Do you think people look at?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope we never become the people who are complaining.
Oh, no. This is fun.
We hope that we continue to be a source of enjoyment for you. And level 3, which I've just learned the topic. The phrase.
Well, I made it up. It's not like.
You did?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
He never ceases to amaze me. You made that up?
Yeah, I made that up. Yeah.
I was going to ask you to give credit to the...
No.
So can you explain For our listeners.
The level 3 controversy for me is, it's not like the big hot topic issues, whatever, in the mainstream media now. It's like the lower stuff. Like 20 years ago was Mac versus PC.
Okay. Pepsi versus Coke.
That was even longer.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
So Pepsi versus Coke. Which one are you?
I don't know. I always say Diet Coke because of the brand, even if I mean Pepsi. So that was always interesting.
I think that when I was younger,
soda person.
I was always a Coke person. Well, this is for cola.
Yeah.
So I was always a Coca-Cola person. As I've gotten older, I don't care anymore. Like I like Pepsi too. So for me, it doesn't matter.
Gotcha.
But there are other sodas, flavored sodas within those brands. Mm-hmm. That I like more one than the other. Right. Like there are certain things, like even the root beers, like some are better than the other. The Coca-Cola brand versus the Pepsi brand.
Not enough places carry root beer, but
it's so underrated.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
I love root beer. A root beer float reminds me of my father.
Yeah. Oh.
It totally does. Mm. Yeah. He actually liked egg cream, which was like an old school Brooklyn, like ice cream parlor kind of drink, which then sort of segued into a root beer float for me.
Gotcha.
Because anything that had the word egg in it with me as a kid, it didn't matter even if it didn't have egg.
Yeah, I got you.
If it was called an egg cream, it was egg drop soup, any of that. Mm-hmm. Yes. I wanted no part of it.
Oh, that's so funny.
So the root beer float. Sorry, I digressed.
So we came up with a level 3 controversy.
We did. So level 3 controversy.
Yeah, this is going to be millennials or Gen X. So there's going to be some judgment.
No judgment. We're just... This is like point of reference, right? And the questions that you are asking, and actually that I have data points to support them.
Yeah, and one of the reasons I thought of this is because on my feed, instead of a bunch of garbage coming up like news and stuff, I've been getting a lot of Gen X stuff. Okay. And we're Gen X, so it's been a lot of fun.
That's awesome. It is. Gen X stuff is very fun.
It's really becoming like a badge of honor.
Yeah. I always felt like it was a badge of honor.
Yeah, I just really feel like, I guess,
I always felt like
controls you.
I laugh and I make fun of the fact that I walked myself to and from kindergarten with my friends at 5 years old, like across busy streets, but that's a badge of honor for me. Like, I mean, I think it made us pretty badass pretty early on.
Well, I think what's cool about it, we're kind of the last generations that did all this.
Right? Exactly.
Like that. Right. I think our kids will go backwards like we are in a good way. Like
they'll reflect back on their generation in the same
because they were trapped in with
nostalgic
schools,
way
with the mask. They're going to remember all of that, and they're going to rebel a little bit.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some interesting.
Where were you when?
Right.
Like I remember where I was exactly when we got the call that like life was shutting down.
Right. Yeah.
Totally. It was in my kid's school.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to ask some questions for the first time in a little while. Who is more skeptical of institutions and authority, Gen X or millennials? And I have a fact-based why, too.
Gen X.
Absolutely, yeah.
Gen X.
Yeah.
Do you know why I'm going to say?
Go ahead. Yeah,
Watergate.
Oh, really?
That's what just came to my mind. Well, because to institutions, did it say that?
Yeah.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Well, because Watergate happened right when we were born.
Okay.
Right? Wasn't that 72, 73?
Yeah.
So that's why I know that.
Oh, that's so fun.
My family are news junkies. My brother's a social studies teacher.
Right.
So I know facts like this. So when that comes, I connected the history.
So Gen X grew up during Watergate fallout, the Challenger disaster, corporate downsizing, and the rise of divorce.
Oh.
Studies consistently show Gen X scores higher in distrust of institutions than millennials, who are more likely to seek systematic change from within.
Who are?
Systemic change from within.
Who are?
Millennials.
Are more likely to make systemic change from within?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. That was a good one. I'm really impressed about the Watergate.
I don't.
No, I know, but it's still said we're 1 year old. I mean, but I'm impressed.
Yeah.
It's just credit.
Yeah, but my mother, I mean, like, I've been watching the men who took them down, like, from the Washington Post.
Right.
Like, it's not just something I learned about, but I literally have been hearing these men being interviewed over the last, like, you know what I mean? So it's not something that I just heard in school. Like, I've continued to hear about Watergate recently.
No, I got you.
We watch, like, Ken Burns.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, there was just recently, he didn't do it, but there was recently something about Watergate.
Okay.
That we watched. Yeah. So it's just always.
I started watching something. The
American Revolution.
Anderson Cooper interview.
Oh, that was.
I watched that. That was excellent.
About grief. All there is.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, with
his
Ken Burns.
Podcast. All there is.
Yeah, that was
great
amazing.
podcast.
He's really talented. He's really talented.
He's really really. My bucket list. Is to have lunch with Anderson.
And he's like that guy. You just want to give.
I want to have lunch with him. Like I called I called the line for that podcast, and I cried like a baby, telling my story and how my father's death totally affected the rest of my life, and I never got a call back. And I don't think I was on his podcast.
I know Ellie Honig. I'll send him this clip.
Anderson, I thought, you and I, like, I mean, I'm loyal to Anderson, like, to a fault, man. I am. I'll go down with Anderson.
Yeah, no, you will.
I would. I love him. I really think he's just a cool dude, man.
No, he's cool. All right. So, who reports higher levels of burnout at work? That's easy for me.
I mean, Gen X.
Burnout.
Oh, burnout. Well, who has more burnout? Probably Gen X.
Right.
Who complains about it more? Millennials. So that's where I was.
Controversial.
Well, I'm sorry, but I mean,
How much? A lot more, a little more?
How much more do they complain about it?
A lot more.
Oh, a lot. A lot more. Definitely. A lot more. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to get a lot of hate.
I mean, you are too.
Yeah. Multiple workplace and mental health surveys show millennials report higher burnout due to hustle culture, student debt, constant connectivity, and blurred work-life boundaries.
But are they more burned out? What's the facts about that?
Gen X tends to internalize stress but reports it less.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not.
We're fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, we're
all good.
We're all fine.
It's all
Figure
good.
it out.
It's all good. I'll figure it out. It is what it is.
You said something to me we met at Dunkin' Donuts yesterday, and I forgot what the discussion was. And you had the best Gen X response. He was like, "Yeah, we all go through shit. Like that's our attitude.
It's so
we all go through shit." Where I think millennials think they're the only ones going through it.
I do know some Gen Xers who feel that way also, who it's like they were the only people who were ever pregnant. They were the only people who ever bought a house. Like they were the only people who, ever are empty nesters. Like, right. Like there's
the pregnant thing's always funny to me. Like when a pregnant stay-at-home person, whether it's a parent, father or mother, who's ever staying home with the child, is complaining how busy they are to a working parent. That's always...
the working parent. I don't like that because I actually, if I had the choice, I know.
But
I don't like
parent is
controversy.
I know. But...
Because I do believe that that stay at home, there's a real value in staying home with your kids. Like, I wish I could have stayed home.
No, that's not that they don't have time to do anything.
I know.
But don't keep in mind, like a lot of times these kids are in school for 7 hours a day.
I know.
Yeah,
like
they're not like 2 or 3 years old. That's all.
I know. And really, the stay-at-home parent's job at that point only begins like after 3 o'clock,
right?
And before 8 o'clock, whenever they drop, right? Yeah.
There was an interesting.
But they have to take care of the house.
No, sometimes, and not all the time. Not people I know. Sometimes there's people still cleaning the house.
True, there are others.
No, it's interesting though. Like
it's not an absolute theory.
This isn't Robism. I was reading something or I was watching an interview.
I love that you had to just clarify that, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not a Robism.
Yeah, not a Robism. But they were saying parenting, unlike the 20s or the 30s, there's less purpose because there's less to do. You're not washing diapers. You're not getting...
Oh, that's very interesting to think about because you're not as into it, like physically.
Yeah. So you needed somebody to stay home in the 30s. Like there was no choice.
Right. There was so much involved in it that you couldn't have a job and be...
Yeah, but now disposable diapers,
right.
You can get... I mean, we
People aren't making their own...
We buy chicken marsala from Uncle Giuseppe's in Tinton Falls. That's
right.
like outstanding, and it takes us 20 minutes.
But not just that. Even baby food, people used to have to make their own baby food, and now it's like in jars, and you have like gourmet baby food coming out of like...
And I don't want to say staying at home is not a purpose with your child, but it's less than it was years ago.
Yeah, I see what you're saying from a stay-at-home perspective. Yes, I see that.
Yeah,
I see that logic.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
All right, here's the next one. Who is more comfortable with ambiguity and figuring it out?
Oh, Gen X.
Mm-hmm.
We had no choice.
Right.
We had no Google or anything like that. Like, if you needed to figure out how to put something together, you were figuring it out in the moment right there. Like, IKEA furniture back in the day, like, what didn't come in English?
Right.
That, like, if you didn't, you looked at that shit and you figured it out from what it looked like.
Yeah.
You weren't jumping online to figure it out. You were literally doing it in the moment. So, I mean... I don't know. Yeah.
According to this, it's just a little more, but yeah.
Well, because I understand why. I do understand why. So we full disclosure, I needed a little bit of a refresher on which one was millennial and all of that. So they're only about 8 or 9 years younger than us.
At the oldest level, though.
True.
It goes to 30 or it goes.
But when was technology really, really, really like for them? At what age would you say technology really took over lives?
Right.
Probably halfway through their life.
Quickly. You know, it was
You think?
Yeah, I think. Because we had internet in high school, right?
No, we didn't.
No, we did in school. It was
I never had
internet. Yeah, we did in the library. In the library there.
In high school?
Yeah.
Or in college?
No, high school, you were able to access it for the first time or something,
Okay.
I think. It was like 90. Oh, no, maybe not.
Yeah.
It was something. Maybe it was, yeah.
It was college. It was not high school.
Yeah.
We were still microfiche in high school.
Yeah.
Like you went to the library and you were photocopying shit from the books that you pulled from the Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah.
College, the library in college had internet, had printers, had, you can type your stuff and but not high school for me.
Maybe I'm mistaken.
So my question then would be, how far into their lives did they actually, they probably had to figure some shit out on their own when they were younger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think that might contribute to the only a little bit is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so here's the why. Gen X is often described as the latchkey generation, less supervision, fewer guardrails, more independence. Millennials were more structured and coached, which makes Gen X more comfortable operating with that clear instruction. Okay. That makes all perfect sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally.
That makes all perfect sense.
All right. I like that one.
Who is more likely to tie personal identity to their jobs?
Oh, millennials.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. You'll see that more than I do.
Yeah.
And it just says a little more. Why do you think why?
So because I think that, why? Tie their identity to their profession, correct?
Yeah. To their job, yeah.
Could it be that, maybe they...
See, it's harder when you have to answer the question.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking of a couple of things. Yes, it is hard, but also I'm thinking, I think I might be thinking too deeply into it because I'm thinking, do they have to prove themselves more so they have to stand out in the crowd?
Right.
Like they're less secure? So they kind of have to be this is me. I don't know.
So here it says, I don't know if I agree with this.
That's where I was trying to navigate through that thought process.
Yeah, I can see this. All right, I'm going to agree with this, but I agree with it, but I don't think it's necessarily for the right reasons or a positive thing. Millennials are more likely to seek purpose and identity through work. Gen X tends to see work as something you do.
That's very
not
interesting.
who you are. Shaped by watching parents get laid off despite loyalty. I didn't see any of that.
Who was Gen X was shaped by people getting laid off?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't
I
think
actually feel like it would be the later.
opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
The newer generation who saw more layoffs and stuff.
I think millennials seek purpose, but I think that purpose isn't always authentic.
And I don't think that it's always
Healthy.
altruist. Like, I don't think it's always humility led, like humbly led. Like, I don't think that it's.
That's what I meant by authentic.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think it's it's very often for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. Sorry.
Ooh.
But there are also Gen Xers who maybe
Of course.
getting it. I mean, this is not, I don't like the absolute fear. I call it the absolute. The theory of absolute.
I like them for podcasts only.
There is no absolute.
Rachel yelled at me for about 5 minutes yesterday because I was absolute about something. I don't want to go into why, but it was. I had to call her because it was so bad in the text that I had a.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah, that was yesterday. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It's
You're
like
right. We had a lot of highs and lows.
Yeah. It was yesterday. All right. Well, that's okay. We've moved past.
Yeah, that's good.
Go on, next one.
All right. Who trusts online information less by default?
Oh, Gen X.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I'm proud of that one.
Me too.
A lot more,
I
a
don't
little
trust
more.
anything. A lot.
Yeah.
They're a lot more distrustful.
Rachel and I don't trust anything.
No, but not a not a goddamn thing.
Like it's
not a goddamn thing.
I suggested to talk about that on a podcast, but she didn't want to. She thought it was too deep.
I mean, because then I have to I'm opening up like that. How
I'm good at that, by the way.
And like how skeptical I am, and how.
Well, we have Vicky on when we had the.
Yeah, right. Like I need some.
That would be.
We need somebody to navigate that through.
Right.
Yes, we'll bring Vicky.
Yeah,
on.
well,
Okay.
after she's here.
Vicky would love to be on one of our seats. Totally. Hi, Vicky. No.
So a lot more, and you want me just to read the why, or
just read the why because I know it's a lot more. Definitely.
Gen X lived through the rise of the internet in real time and remembers when information sources mattered. Millennials grew up with search engines and social platforms as defaults, making them more comfortable consuming and sharing information quickly.
Do you know what I do notice as an educator? I do notice that kids, it took me a very long time and I still have to teach, literally, like purposefully and intentionally teach that the Google search bar, like that first thing is not a website. Students didn't know for these students, not just mine, my own children. You have to literally go to a website.
Right. And not only that, what's ever in there doesn't mean it's on the website. It could be two separate things. Yeah. So you're right. What I'm saying is,
you gotta go.
You're right for more reasons than you probably
thank
knew.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, I think they just see they want instant gratification. It comes right up, and they just jump on it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter
one
whether.
Of the things I've learned about.
And again, not the absolute.
No. And one of the things I learned about locally, especially for people who aspire to be like a local politician or elected official, that our generation, and more so the boomers actually, is where they put the work in with volunteering.
Like, you wrote a blog about that, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. So where they kind of. There's a process of before running for something where the millennials, especially the 35-year-olds around there, they develop a platform.
First.
They don't get their hands dirty.
They develop like a follow.
Well,
that's
not all of them. Not all of them.
That's interesting because that's almost like right.
Okay, great. Yes.
Isn't it
yes,
that you network?
Right.
Networking.
Yeah.
And then you let your networking. Oops.
That's all right.
You let your networking lead
to opportunities.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or you're given, really, not even your.
Well, you are given. Yeah. It is sort of laid out in front of you.
Right.
Isn't that interesting? We were talking about that a little bit.
Right.
Like, why do the. Yeah. Okay. Next. Is that it?
That's it. That's all I have.
Okay. So I have some. So I went beyond yours. Again, same thing, millennials and Gen X. Mine are a little bit different. Not necessarily different, but like a little bit deeper, I should say. So a little deeper.
Right.
So who actually has worse mental health?
Gen X for sure. No. Hold on. Gen X.
Really?
For sure.
Well, okay, that's interesting because this says the data says that millennials and Gen Z report higher anxiety and depression diagnoses.
Gen Z for sure.
Yeah. And then Gen X has higher suicide rates, especially among men. Mm-hmm. And Gen X is less likely to seek treatment or discuss mental health openly. I mean, I can't,
Yeah, I mean, the data's there.
Or accept.
It's data's there.
Yeah, but it doesn't say that people overbash men. It just says that men have higher suicide rates and among men, it's Gen X in general.
Right.
More men,
But don't you think a lot of that too is because I was speaking to a 19-year-old the other day who has pretty bad ADHD and he was losing stuff, like expensive stuff, camera stuff.
Oh.
And so I was telling him, that's the ADHD. It happens to me.
Right. Exactly.
And I told him what I always do when something's really expensive, I put it away no matter what.
You make sure that's something that gets put away.
In the bag.
Right.
And I just gave him some tools, so that was fun.
Okay.
Yeah. But we didn't get tools. I think that's why we
never got tools. I wasn't even we weren't even diagnosed.
Yeah, right.
It was like you were lazy, you were this, you were that.
I was explaining that to him. You don't care.
Right. Or you don't care exactly. You're not interested. You only care about yourself.
And the worst thing you tell somebody when they care is that they don't care.
I know. And then it gets frustrating. Yeah. It's very interesting. I'm reading a little bit more now because of my daughter and how I have to, sort of approach her. My daughter, I think, is twice exceptional. And for anybody out there who will like to give help, please, because I'm at a sort of like a crossroads now. It's not difficult. I just want to help her. And I think sometimes the way that I approach my passion tends to flare up where there's better approaches. So I would love if they say, so that's what they say is that you react to things differently because your executive function, all of that, the ADHD. So, so I'm just saying that if anybody out there for 2E has any suggestions, please, I'd love to hear from you about that, which then brings me to my next one. Okay. Who do you think is more or better at adapting to change? Millennials or Gen X?
That's an interesting one because Gen X, I think sometimes we have an attitude where we don't want to change.
Oh,
right.
Stuck in our ways. Yeah,
stuck in our, but
I can't be with I have to tell you that's actually one thing where I really pride myself with my career. Mm-hmm. One of the reasons I think that I can relate to kids these days is because I'm surrounded by kids all the time. So for me, I have to change. I had to adapt technologically. I had to. Right. You did also.
Yeah, I did.
So I think it's certain.
All
right. So, you said...
I think Gen X, yeah.
Well, actually, it says that millennials adapt faster to new technology and workplace models.
Yeah.
But...
I wasn't going with the...
Gen X lived through analog, digital, social media, and AI transitions, it's saying.
And not only that, we also created a lot of it.
That's true.
Like our people.
But it does also go on to say, though, that Gen X is more skeptical of change, but often more resilient once forced upon it.
Yeah.
once it's forced upon them.
Yeah, well, because we're more resilient.
Right, you're just sort of okay, fine, we'll roll with it,
My son, I bust my
can't beat him, join him.
I bust my son's chops a couple of weeks ago. He's 19. He was like, "Yeah, you didn't have all this technology." I was like, "Yeah, we were too busy inventing it."
Oh, that is so. Ooh, mic drop.
Yeah, we invented it.
Wow.
Let's see what you invent.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Which generation did we say that? Which generation complains more?
Did we? Well, it's definitely millennials. I mean,
publicly. Millennials complain publicly.
For sure. I mean,
more.
That's not even close.
Gen X complains privately more.
Yeah. I mean, Gen X. I mean, millennials. Every.
Oh, you're right. We did. So, engagement studies show that millennials are more likely to try to fix systems. Gen X is more likely to opt out.
Opt out. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that.
Me too. Bye-bye. Peace out. All right. You can have your stuff. I don't need it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is so our attitude.
Yeah, that's good.
I love that. It's a defense mechanism for me.
Yeah.
I don't need your thing. Who had it harder growing up?
I don't think we had it hard. I think we had it harder if a psychologist was to analyze it, right? But I think, I mean, I got my hair.
Wait, goosebumps. I mean, they would say that we had it harder?
I think a psychologist by what the academics would say.
Interesting.
I mean, if you really look at it, like, we could have died at any time.
Oh my God.
That's not an exaggeration.
No, like literally, it's a wonder there weren't more deaths.
But
seriously,
yeah, and the
babies, kids,
and the millennials weren't that deep into the technology like our kids are to really be affected.
So it says that it doesn't really give who is more, but it gives data on both. So it says Gen X had less supervision, higher latchkey rates, lower emotional support in schools, actually, which is totally true.
Yeah, but okay, go ahead.
Why, you think more?
No. What I'm saying.
And it says that millennials had more structure, more academic pressure, and higher rates of diagnosed anxiety. So, I mean, I don't know who had it harder. Like, I think, is it saying that it was both?
Yeah, probably. I guess it's kind of what I said.
It is kind of both.
But it's kind of what I said. Yeah.
And I just think I think every generation is hard for what it's going through, don't you?
So now what I got from that was the emotional support thing. So now I think that too much emotional support
is not good.
It's worse than not enough, because when you're reminded of like your struggles all the time,
it depends on the type of emotional support you get.
I'm not talking to somebody who's falling off the edge.
Right.
I just mean somebody who has to navigate through.
Like not
something.
Being a lawnmower parent or a helicopter parent or
even. That's just not fair.
Yeah.
Like my dad always says, life's not fair.
Yeah.
Like it was.
My grandfather used to say, life's like a wheel. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, but it's always moving.
Yeah. My dad's like, get over it.
Right. Like
it's not going anywhere.
It's not your turn right now. Like it will be. Yeah, that's what he always.
Yeah. So all
right.
That's a fun one.
Ooh, which generation is aging better? Ooh, I'm sorry. That's a level 3 that might be a level 2 controversy.
Gen X for sure. I don't know what it is with the millennials. I think they're just getting the Botox and stuff a little too young, and it's doing something. I don't know. Like they just
wow. This is interesting. Ooh, this is interesting. Millennials delay marriage, kids, and home ownership.
Okay, yeah.
Gen X hits midlife with higher financial responsibility but fewer safety nets.
Mm-hmm.
Health data shows Gen X experiencing age-related conditions earlier than
that's different than
expected. Aging better. Yeah, like physically.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, you meant...
I'm so shallow.
Oh.
Shallow I am. Ooh, that really exposes me.
Like whole body. Like, how are they physically?
They don't do anything. They work from home in their pajamas and they complain when they have to go to the office.
Millennials?
Yeah.
I think that's Gen Z.
It's both.
All right. Is slow aging actually smarter or just delayed stress?
Yeah, probably delayed stress.
Right? All right. Let's see. Let me see. I think that's it for me for those, but I actually had some other questions too. That I wanted to, it was sort of millennial Gen X, but more like, not like who against who, more like how we approach things. So are millennials too online, or did Gen X just never learn how to process things publicly?
Is millennials too online?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Online, like on the computer?
Yeah. Because they say everything out loud online.
Oh, I got
That's what it's saying.
For sure.
Are they too online, or does Gen X just not know how to publicly?
No, because we grew up, right? If we had a beef with somebody, you fought. You know what I mean?
Right. Or you told them off, you got over it, and you walked away. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we would actually, in a group picture, just rip out your face and then, like tear it out.
Yeah.
And you were gone,
Wait, when I look in my yearbook right now from when, oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I did. Like, that's how we
There are some.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Circles missing, the head.
Yeah.
I didn't cut anybody out, but I did
it's funny.
scribble over people's faces.
I was forced to hang out with, like, millennials at one point last year, about a year and a half ago. And even the toughest ones just weren't built like us.
Well, that's interesting. So now let me jump into my next question. And that springboards off of what you just said. Did Gen X have freedom or neglect? And did millennials have support or surveillance?
They had surveillance, and we definitely had freedom. I don't care, because freedom is the freedom of learning and figuring things out.
Do you think it was neglect? Do you think it bordered on neglect?
No.
Yeah, I don't ever feel like I was neglected. I mean, I do think that some of my friends, one or two friends that I had, parents who just had couldn't be bothered. Like they were like, they'll raise themselves. Yeah, literally. Yeah,
no, there was. I don't feel neglected at all.
Me neither. Yeah. If I
ever needed $20 I was good. But
yeah, that's interesting. Who actually grew up faster?
Oh, we did for sure.
Totally.
Yeah. Totally. I mean, these people are still babies. I mean, they're still asking their moms for, advice.
Wait, this just made fun of me, so I'm going to read it out loud. Is self-care candles and journaling? Or is Gen X's version just leaving people alone? This is like last week's taker.
Yeah.
Right? As a Gen Xer, like, do you think that it's just better, like, to just leave me alone?
Leave me the fuck alone.
Just leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
I don't want to journal. I don't want to meditate. I don't want to, although I do all of those things and I love them, but like but alone.
Yeah.
But alone, I need my alone time.
Is that a Gen X thing, being alone?
No, because I know a lot of Gen Xers who cannot be alone.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I know a lot of Gen Xers who have a very difficult time being alone.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's an ADHD thing.
I love being alone.
Me too. Like, I wonder if it's just like being in your thoughts, and like sometimes it's exhausting to constantly have to explain.
Well, we were talking like how both of us were talking yesterday with the ADHD. Well, we weren't talking about that, how we're both a lot.
Right.
Like people tell me, you're a lot.
Right, exactly. And you said people say to you, you're a lot. And people say to me, you're very passionate.
Yeah.
I appreciate your passion. Right. Which I know is like, chill.
Yeah.
Like that's like code.
There was somebody I was friends with for about a year, and I thought I was being I purposely toned down my personality for with this particular person.
Okay.
Then like a year later, I said, you're pretty intense.
They said that?
Yeah, this is after me mindfully toning it down.
Intentionally.
With every conversation. I mean, we would get into some difficult conversations, but I would tone it down. I would let them with argument.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Wow, you went really in.
Yeah. Just because
that's exhausting, by the way. Holy shit!
Well, I would let them with the argument because it didn't mean anything to me.
No, I know. Constant monitoring of your thoughts and
I always
emotions and your own. I know you
should know that.
You do. I know. I wish I did more of it. Actually, I do. Yeah. Because it does sometimes get me in trouble.
Yeah. It's fun for me though.
But. That is exhausting to me.
Yeah.
To have to constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So, and what happened? What did you say to them? Like, I've been toning it down?
Yeah, I said something.
Were they shocked?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So it's funny you said I was friends with somebody for about a year.
Yeah, my friendships last about a year.
Right?
Yeah, my friendships last about a year. They can't handle me longer than that. No, because you're worse than I am. So you're
I might be.
You're equal. You're not worse. I'm more willing to straighten things out than you are.
Yes. I will.
If there's a miscommunication,
I will. I might shut down.
I will.
I shut down.
I will call. Mm-hmm. And
I don't want to deal with it.
Right.
Yeah. It's okay. It'll. Not that I don't want to.
I'm the communicator in my marriage, though. I think Gina would admit that. Like I'm the one who will bring up.
Which is really funny because I'm a communicator, but like. Sometimes I'm just so exhausted, like, that it's just, like, it's okay. And if it's not, not, like, no offense. Well, I mean, sometimes things are just not, like, important enough for me to bring my level up to that, like, or my energy up to that level. And I'm just, like, exhausted. So, but that's, you did, you called me, you had to, you were the communicator in that situation. You totally were. And I appreciate that. Thank you. Because I would have been like, okay, let's agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I would have, and then that's what I would say. Let's agree to disagree and call it a day and then just move on.
Yeah, no, you're good at that.
Rather
than
walking.
Too.
It is because then I'm like, we may talk about this forever and it's not going to ever go anywhere. Right. So let's just agree to disagree, put it to bed and, keep on moving. Mm-hmm. If it's not that, it's not that important to me, or if it's something that I feel can be moved past,
right? Yeah,
then I'll say that. If it's not something that I feel can be moved past, and if it's something that'll eat at me, I won't shut it down. I'll say something definitely.
Gotcha.
but my passion does tend to get me in trouble sometimes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've said that. I said that from the beginning when we first started this. That's my part of my ADHD, my oversharing, my jumping in, my, you know.
No, it's funny. I don't get passion. People don't say the word passion. They say intense.
I've always that.
I never got passion. Wow. Ever. It's always intense.
Wow, that's
so
that is funny.
I wonder what that means. Maybe because you're could be a female male thing.
Do you think?
Yeah,
it could be because.
But I don't feel I'm passionate. I do feel I'm more intense.
Well, what would you say the difference is?
I knew you were going to ask that. Fuck. I knew you were going to ask that.
Should we save that for another podcast? Let's save it for another podcast.
Yeah.
What's the difference between being intense and being passionate? And actually, let's ask you, what's the difference between being intense and being passionate? And do you guys think that it was a man-woman thing?
Right.
Do you think that it was they not thinking it's appropriate to call a man passionate?
I think it's a masculine, feminine thing.
Okay,
yeah.
That's very interesting.
Not appropriate.
Let's see what they think.
It's funny because I called a man 4 months ago intense, and he corrected me and said passionate. Yeah, which was...
he wanted to be passionate, not intense.
People think intense. I don't find intense being a negative word.
But people do.
Yeah.
I don't look at intense.
It's a compliment for me, actually. Yeah.
I think
it's not a compliment, but it's... I'd rather be called intense than passionate.
Than passionate.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I would mind either one. I think what I could say about that is I would rather be called passionate or intense than dull.
Because a lot of things...
And disinterested.
Of course.
Like, I ended a relationship because the person had no passion. And like, it was exhausting to constantly care more about every single thing. And like, I felt like I was constantly trying to lift
something.
Right. And when I said that, they actually were like, we're just not built like that. And I was like, but I am. And it's just not, the gap is too far.
I think when you're passionate, you care about the things you're passionate about. And when you're intense, you don't have to care about it. Like, I could be intense about things I don't have to necessarily care about, you know?
You can be intense about things you don't necessarily care about.
That's not super important to me, you know?
So then are you passionate if it is something that you care about?
Maybe, yeah.
So there's a distinction in your mind.
So I'm passionate about my work. Because I care about it.
What about causes?
Causes I'm passionate about, but my feelings are intense. Maybe it's a feeling thing.
Okay.
Like if it's an emotional subject, it's more of the intense.
So would you say passion is a reaction? Like what? How?
Yeah,
right.
There's a difference. I'm going to go.
I know. I think we should save this for next time, right? Like, I think this is great. I would love to get feedback from everybody. And actually, if there's somebody out there who wants to come on a live or something, that's like our. I'm not going to lie.
I love it.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I kind of like the lives, and I would love for somebody to jump on and talk about something like that. Like, it would be so much fun for somebody else to be like, you know, like, hey, this is what I think, and then like, this is what I think.
Like my friend Eddie's passionate about everything, enthusiastic.
Yes. Oh, he sent me a picture of pizza yesterday, and he said to me that it was a new place to send you, to bring you.
Yeah.
So it looked delicious, by the way. Yummy. Although it didn't look like there was cheese on it. It looked like sauce.
Yeah, well, you know.
But then again, my glasses weren't on, so you know. Yeah, that's true. Oh, pizza or bagels.
Rachel's texting my friends now. Holy crap. Yeah.
By the way, you're now, because he's the one who said to me, do me a favor, text Eddie and tell him to jump on the live.
Right.
So the only reason I texted Eddie was because he told me to and he was sitting right next to me.
That's so funny.
Threw me under the bus for no reason. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.